You thought. Really? Oh, 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 oh. So what's going on YouTube? Uh-huh, yeah. So now I can do YouTube live. You know that, did you? RJ, you gotta do all that, man. Anyway, going over the subject matter. I did a live video yesterday in regards to okay, dude, hey, y'all can't be saying questions on the front seat now. We're not gonna do that. I didn't even know she was in the Navy. But I did a live video yesterday in regards to um the new head coach and uh the type of offenses I guess he's trying to run. Will you stop doing that, man? And reading the comments and stuff like that on social media, I guess a lot of people are starting to kind of like slander to his name in terms of his development and where he is as a player. And just his second year, I mean, he already has like what 4,000 combined yards. Wonderful. That ain't 86% either. That's 95. But I'm glad that is not 86. That's 95. So I don't know what number you're reading. But in terms of his development and where he is as a quarterback, um, that's not 86. What number is this? What number is it, RJ? Look at it. What number is it? Okay. Well, whenever you're ready, you can tell me the number. Exactly. Don't be sitting there guessing. If you know it, you know it. But anyway, um, can he take the next step? In my opinion, yes. I actually watched Dougie Do Wrong video last night in terms of the prospects they spoke to last night, or rather yesterday at the combine. Will you stop? And one of the guys, Williams, which is the receiver, Williamson, which is the receiver from Alabama, who's the best deep threat receiver in this draft that's coming out, even though he had an ACL injury, which he's actually recovering pretty well from, according to reports. Um, if the Dolphins spoke to him, I actually got really excited about that news because if you get him and Waddle on the same field together, all you got to do is rip out a sheet of paper. Why y'all making it so difficult? And that's not even Cameron's book. All you got to do is rip out a sheet of paper. I don't understand, man. Good Lord. Y'all fight about everything. Y'all act like brothers more than his actual blood brothers do. Here, no, here. Now here, sit right there with that. Now draw. Sit down. Not like I was saying, you had to go through all that. Um, his development in terms of being a passer will get better. If you look at his game film, it's plenty of games where he's shown great pocket presence. Where he's avoided the rush. He's avoided different blitz packages that came at him. Um, I actually went back yesterday and watched the Saints game, who has one of the best passion, who has one of the best pass rushing attacks in the NFL, led by Cameron Jordan and Davenport. He literally single handedly kept that offense operational during that game. Yeah, they didn't score as many points as people wanted. When you look at the game itself, a lot of his decisions came from his essence of the pocket. When the pocket was collapsing around him, he managed to find little spots to step into, step around, or evade to make that pass down the field. And people keep this notion going, well, oh, he can't throw deep. There's plenty of games that during the season where he's thrown deep. Some people describe deep as 40, 50-yard passes. To me, if anything over 20 yards is considered deep. Anything over 20 yards. Because in the NFL, you don't get very many long passes. Regular season, yes, you'll get the first 6 weeks. You'll get plenty of them. It'd be one or two bombs a game where people connect on. Outside of that, you don't get that many going forward. It's far and few between because the defense is so complex and they tweak and they make adjustments throughout the game that they limit an offense to what they can and can't do, and that depends on the person that is healthy on the field. So if your personnel package that you have can't be a deep threat, then how you expect to throw deep? That's all I want to know. And Tua got dealt the worst hand coming to the NFL. He had injury-prone receivers. He had no running game, but he still put up 4,500 yards in 2 seasons. He put up a combined 27 touchdowns and what was it? 15 picks. 15 picks. I mean, they're not that great. They aren't, but most of those picks, I think like one or two this season was from him anticipating the receiver to run a certain route. They didn't do it, so they threw it to where they're supposed to be at, and the defender was there instead. And some of them came from overthrows and stuff like that. But it happens. It's part of the game. But people crucify him because of the mistakes he made, and they don't look at how well he actually plays within a game. He had like one or two games this year where he sucked, which I called him out for it. But I'm still his number one fan. It's like I still know he can be great. I still know that he can make a Super Bowl and win it. I should win more than one, but he has to have the people around him to make that happen. This ain't Tom Brady and the Patriots where they have a system that works that you can plug in cogs and stuff and continue to keep that train rolling. It ain't like that. You can't just plug in anybody into a system and expect it to work all the time. Because case in point, even Tom Brady's offense that he ran in New England, he brought it to Tampa Bay. He didn't change. He did not change the Bruce Arians offense. And Tua is now this is his third offensive coordinator. He's about to be getting cadence from, but he still pretty much produces. As long as he stays healthy, you'll actually get more production out of him. That's his biggest knock right now. He can't stay healthy. He gets hurt. But it's not his fault that his line in week two literally caved in on one single. Well, actually, after two drives, they gave up two sacks, and the next sack he took cracked his ribs because he got blindsided because Jesse Davis decided to whiff on the block. So, but can he be efficient? Yes. Can he be very, very productive? Yes. I'm actually curious to see how they use him in this new offense that they're going to be running and to see what kind of personnel package they can put in during the games, how the running game's going to feed off things, how he can use play action more to get the ball down the field, what kind of routes they can run to confuse the defense and to get people open more than what they were this year. And I'm hoping that his receiving core will stay healthy enough to produce the entire year so that you can see a difference from last year, a bigger jump from last year to this year. If they do not stay healthy, it will not change. It's not going to change. You just plug in a receiver in there because the ones he's building the chemistry with is the ones he's going to be with week in and week out. That's how people stay productive. Look at the Rams, for instance. You really think Odell and Jefferson and Cooper Kupp, if all of them went together, you really think they're gonna win the Super Bowl? No, because Matthew Stafford has built the chemistry with them three. So in the Super Bowl, it was no brainer that he was going to those three. No brainer. But you have to build that chemistry. They got to be able to stay with you during the whole season, stay healthy, and avoid the big hits and avoid wear and tear so much on their body. So it matters. I mean, the Rams didn't have the best running game, but they had a legitimate defense, and they had a really, really good, solid passing offense. I mean, Cam Akers, they need a better running back because he's very questionable. But Outside, look at Joe Burrow. The Cincinnati Bengals made the Super Bowl because of the offense. The defense did its job. It held down some people. The Kansas City game is a prime example of that because they held um, Kansas City to 3 points in the second half. First half they were getting torched, but the second half they held them 3 points. What you stop, boy? You gonna spit? So with Tua, it's all about putting that personnel around him. I'm not saying give him all the receivers in the world. That's stupid. But if you give him a deep threat, you already got Water. Hopefully, Mike successfully stays. Um, hopefully they can resign him, and you give him, a supporting cast to help him out, and watch how they fly. Watch how they take off. Apparently, she did a softer this time. I mean, you come here every week. They done took paper and ripped it and rolled it up and stuff. So rude. They're absolutely terrible.